Hello there. In this video, you will learn about the VA funding fee. By the end of this video, you will learn what a VA funding fee is, how the VA funding fee is calculated, and when a borrower will not be required to pay the VA funding fee. The VA funding fee is a one-time payment made by the borrower. It can be paid in full at closing or financed into the mortgage loan and paid over time. Because the VA does not require a down payment or mortgage insurance, the VA funding fee helps lower the cost of the loan for taxpayers in the unfortunate event of the VA loan defaulting. There are two factors that impact VA funding fee calculations. One factor is whether the loan will be the borrower's first VA loan or a subsequent VA loan, meaning they've used a VA loan before. This is important because the funding fee amount is dependent on whether the loan is their first use of a VA loan or subsequent use. You can find this information on the borrower's certificate of eligibility. The other factor that impacts the funding fee is the borrower's down payment percentage. Here is a VA funding fee chart for borrowers using a VA loan for their first purchase. As you can see, if the down payment is less than 5%, the VA funding fee will be 2.15% of the loan amount. If the down payment is more than 5% but less than 10%, the VA funding fee will be 1.5% of the loan amount. The VA funding fee will be 1.25% of the loan amount if the down payment is 10% or more. Let's compare this to the VA funding fee chart for borrowers who are using a VA loan after their first use. After comparison, you will see that the only difference between using a VA loan for the first time and for subsequent use is the amount of the VA funding fee if the down payment amount is less than 5%. After their first use of a VA loan, the borrower will pay 3.3% of the loan amount if the down payment is less than 5%. A VA funding fee is required on all VA loans unless the borrower meets certain requirements for the VA funding fee to be waived. The borrower will not be required to pay the VA funding fee if they fit any of the following descriptions. They are receiving VA compensation for a service-connected disability. They are eligible to receive VA compensation for a service-connected disability, but they receive retirement or active duty pay instead. They receive a dependency and indemnity compensation, or DIC, as a surviving spouse of a veteran. They're a service member who has received a proposed or memorandum rating before the loan closing date that says they're eligible to get compensation because of a pre-discharge claim. Or they're a service member on active duty who, before or on the loan closing date, provides evidence of having received the Purple Heart. The VA funding fee is an extra layer of protection for taxpayers. The fee can range between 1.25% and 3.3% of the loan amount, depending on if it's the borrower's first time using a VA loan or not, and the borrower's down payment amount. Although it is required on most loans, there are special circumstances that will allow for the VA funding fee to be waived. This is something that you can help your borrower understand when they are applying for their VA loan. Great job! You have learned what a VA funding fee is, how the VA funding fee is calculated, and when a borrower will not be required to pay the VA funding fee. If you have any further questions, please reach out to your account executive. Thanks for watching.